Good morning, students. Now, our next means same topic, next part. In admission of partnership, we were calculating ratios. So, situation 3, when new partner acquire his share from old partner in a particular fraction. Like if it been a question that new partner acquire 2/10 from this partner, 1/10 from other partner, like that a fraction will be given. How you're going to solve it? So look at sum number 8 of your book. Kabir and Fareed, their ratio was 7:3. Kabir surrendered 2/10 from his share. Fareed give 1/10 from his share. So calculate new ratio. So what will be the Kabir ratio now? If from 7 upon 10 he is giving 2 upon 10. 7 10 minus 2 upon 10, 5 upon 10 is with Kabir. And with Fareed, 3 upon 10 minus 1 upon 10, 2 upon 10 is with Fareed. And what is the ratio of new partner? Jyoti, the amount surrendered by both the partners, the fraction surrendered by both the partners, that is 2 upon 10 plus 1 upon 10 is equal to 3 upon 10. So the ratio is 5:2:3. This is the new ratio. Is it clear? If fractions are given, you will just simply deduct those fractions. Further, now our next topic is how to calculate sacrifice ratio. Though I have taught you this topic in the chapter 4 also, but again let me repeat. So as I told you, you have to remember the formula SON, SON. Sacrifice ratio is equal to old share minus new share. That is your sacrifice ratio. Here also now situations are given. First situation, when profit share of new partner is given without giving share of sacrifice made by the old partner, so you will assume that they are sacrificing in their old profit sharing ratio. Means they are telling that new partner has come for 1/5 share, but question is silent that how much is contributed by the old partner. Then you will assume that they will contribute in their old profit sharing ratio. So let's see. So A is to B ratio is 3:1. C is admitted for 1/8 share. Okay, 1/8 share C is admitted for. Now from this 1/8 share, A is going to contribute 3/4 of his profit and B is going to sacrifice 1/4. It comes to 3:1. That is their sacrifice ratio. And if you want to calculate their new ratio, then what will you do? This is their sacrifice ratio, means their old ratio was their sacrifice ratio, and their new ratio will be as same the first method I have taught you. You have to calculate remaining. 1 minus 1/8, 7/8 is the remaining. That will be distributed among A and B in their old ratio. Means 3/4 multiply 7/8. 1/4 multiply 7/8. You get 21:7:4. That is their new ratio. Is it clear? Means their sacrifice ratio will be their old ratio, as question is silent about their fraction. Second, when old ratio and new ratio is given, this you can easily do. When old and new ratio is given, formula SON, sacrifice ratio is equal to old share minus new share. See, A is to B, old ratio is 3:2. A is to B is to C, new ratio is 5:3:2. Calculate sacrifice of A. 3/5 minus 5/10 is equal to 1/10. Same sacrifice of B. 2/5 minus 3/10 is equal to 1/10. So sacrifice ratio is 1:1. This is very simple. Next, now calculating ratio is very important. In your big sum of 8 marks, there can be a point in which you have to calculate a ratio also, or it can come separately in 3 marks also. Next, all these points must be very much clear in your mind, and this will be clear only by solving and practicing more and more sums regarding this. Situation 3, when new partner take profit share of a particular fraction of profit from share sacrificed by old partner. Like new partner will tell that I will take this much from X and this much from Y. When word from is used, you will just deduct that fraction from the old partner's share. Remember this. See, when word from is there, you have to deduct just. So see, Z, X and Y ratio is 7:5. Z acquire 1/12 from X and 1/6 from Y. So total Z share is 1/12 plus 1/6, 3/12. Now X share is 7/12 minus 1/12. That is 6/12. Y share is 5/12 minus 1/6. That is 3/12. So new ratio is 6:3:2. Means, as I have explained earlier, the particular fraction same, word from is given, you will just deduct that. From their old ratio, you will get the new ratio. Next, when old partners sacrifice fraction of. Now when word of is there, you have to first multiply, calculate the value and then further deduct. Remember this one. If word of is given, you have to multiply. See the sum. A is to B, ratio is 5:3. A surrender 1/20th of his share. When word of is written, you will first multiply 5/8 with 1/20 and get the share. That is 1/32. And B surrender 1/24. Means 3/8 multiply 1/24. It is 1/64. Now this you have to deduct from the old share. Is it clear? Firstly, you will multiply and calculate the value surrendered by them. Then you will deduct them. See. Now A's new share will be 5/8 minus value surrendered. 1/32 is equal to 19/32. B's new share is 3/8 minus 1/64. It is 23/64. So 19/32, 23/64 and 3/64. उन दोनों के सरेंडर को प्लस करके आ रहा था हमारा 3/64. Finally, your new ratio is 38:23:3. Clear? This must be very much clear in your mind. These sums are very important. This from and of. If word from is given, means you will deduct, minus, simple. But if of is given, firstly you will multiply it, calculate the value of surrender, then you have to deduct it in order to calculate new ratio. Now, in what cases you are going to apply the sacrificing ratio? Sacrifice ratio is calculated mostly in case of change in profit sharing ratio and admission of a partner. Remember this. In your 4th chapter, change in profit sharing ratio, at that time you have to calculate sacrificing ratio in order to pass those entries gaining to sacrificing. And in case of admission of a partner also, your very first step is to calculate sacrificing ratio because it is going to be used in the other entries. So this was all about the first topic. Now you can solve all the sums of sacrificing and gain and a new share ratio. I think there are 16, 17 sums of your book. Before the treatment of Goodwill, complete all the sums. If any answer is not, you're getting any answer, please let me know on my personal number. Thank you.